Why is the NBA losing a lot of viewers? Now, if you look at stuff on your For You page or you look at different videos relating to this, like there's a lot of different opinions evolving around why this happens, but the main one that a lot of people keep bringing up to the forefront is that apparently 3-point shots have ruined the game completely. I'm probably going to be one of the first people that you hear say this, but the 3-point shot single handedly has not ruined basketball. It just hasn't. And there are actual legitimate reasons of why the game has seen a decline in viewership that I'm going to be stating throughout this video. So here's the real reasons of why the NBA is losing viewership. Now, if you knew, I'll let you know this real quick. I'll let you off the hook the first time, but you gotta subscribe. Like that's just a task you have to do. Is mandatory if you're gonna watch this premium free 99 content. This like absolute masterpiece that's like gonna just fold upon your eyes. And don't forget to also like and comment. Like I'm just saying, you could do that if you're also down there, and it takes absolutely no effort. Like it's just one button press for like both of them. Like just do it and get it over with. It takes like less than a millisecond. Like I'm just saying. Now on to the video. Now, the first thing is going to be people are watching too many highlights. Now, with the rise of short form content like TikTok, Reels, or YouTube Shorts, we start to see this kind of shift in attention span of millions of people. So there's going to be a quick pause in this video real quick, but this is actually some pretty big news. All right, so currently today it's January 20th and some weird stuff is kind of unraveled. For about, I'll say roughly half a day, TikTok was banned, and everybody was losing their stuff in the U.S. because it's almost like everybody was just having like these weird withdrawals, and I'm like, it's low key funny. Everybody was posting on their stories and stuff like showing the little screen and caption. I kind of just put up a story around the time, just making fun of it. I might just put it in the background right now, but I just found this funny because personally, I really don't use TikTok all that much, and I thought I was safe. I thought I was chilling, like life was gonna be the same for me, but no, it wasn't because CapCut was also banned. And I don't know why I didn't think of this, but I kind of forgot that CapCut's also owned by ByteDance, so it only would have made sense. And TikTok by this point, it's already back up, it's already going, but yeah, CapCut hasn't seen the same thing, so I don't know if it's going to be up, what's going to happen, and like I had a little bit of progress on there, but it wasn't too much. It's like it's only the beginning of the video, and I already found like a other editing software that's pretty similar, so I don't really know how this video is going to go. Like it's going to be like nobody notices anything, or like there's going to be different editing. Like I really just don't know what to expect from this whole entire video in a whole, just because of this, because like CapCut just took a random spray out of nowhere, so I just don't know. I don't know. I guess start a petition for CapCut to also come back, like please. Or if this is the end, may CapCut rest in peace. Or maybe this is just temporary. But like, I guess I got to just move on for now and like record these clips. Like I don't know. All right, so back to the video. And for the NBA, they also saw this change too. People that are on these apps like YouTube Shorts, Reels, and TikTok, like I was saying earlier, they're just only watching highlights of games. They're not actually watching the games itself. And don't get me wrong, highlights have always been a thing, and people have always watched them on YouTube and stuff. But we're now in an era where it's like there are people, millions of people that only watch short form content. It's not like, hey, it's maybe a longer form of content like YouTube videos where it's anything like 10 minutes to 25 minutes. No, there are some people that only solely watch 30-second clips to maybe even a minute maximum, like type of videos every day, and only do that. You're only seeing these high octane plays with some of the most athletic players, and you see somebody pulling deep from the logo, or somebody doing some sort of crazy play that normally does not happen constantly, and that's all you're watching. Then that's what you're going to equivalent the game to be, or that's the only way you can truly enjoy the game for a lot of people. And when you combine these two things, that A, you got these highlights and people are watching them, with the attention span problems that a lot of people have, then we have a large problem. People cannot sit down and simply watch a normal game of basketball. If I had to compare this problem to the other reasons of why the NBA is seeing a decline, this definitely is going to be the smallest one. And I'm not saying that this isn't a problem, but this is a thing that is affecting all entertainment, so like it kind of weighs itself out compared to like the other factors that like it has a bigger impact and realistically can be changed. With this one, you can't really change it all that much, and there isn't a solution. Because that's also something that I've been wanting to do with this video, is state possible solutions that can bring the NBA viewership ratings up, that me, along with the other millions of viewers that watch, really want to see. Because yeah, even if you make the attention span better of the viewer, If the product is overall still not good, or there's other factors that are in the way, then they're still not gonna watch. You know what I mean? But this definitely still is a large problem that is plaguing the NBA's viewership. The next reason why is gonna be simply the fact that there's also too much load management in the league. Some of y'all are questioning what is load management. I'll explain. That's pretty much sitting out for a couple of reasons. One of them can be that the player is injured, or they just simply don't want to risk the player getting injured in a, I'll say, lower tier game or just overall not important game that's not going to help them at all. And sometimes players just decide that, you know what, I want to sit out today. You're probably saying to yourself, EJ, why does this matter at all? Wouldn't this also be a good thing that would be helping the game since the players are just, they're getting healed up, they're ready to go? Well, yes and no. And this can be helpful if used correctly. I mean, if it's a lingering injury and that player needs to heal, or it's at the end of the regular season and you're really just trying to shift gears and go into the playoffs, to me, that's when it makes sense to do, load management. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it starts to become a problem when you're doing it too much. Because for a lot of these players, they sit out for too long, and then by the time they come back, they try to go from 0 to 100, and that simply is just not how it works. Because if you've ever played like an organized sport or anything like that, naturally, if you've ever had an injury or you've seen somebody with an injury, or like it's the beginning of the season of that sport, that you naturally need to do things like conditioning, maybe weight training. If you're advanced, like maybe something like biometrics, depending on your sport, so you can get back in shape before the season starts. Because there's a reason why there's a down period, like it's like 2, maybe 3 weeks until the season actually starts. On top of this, there's even pure evidence that backs this up, because the NBA recently did a 10-year experiment to see if load management was truly helping players, and the results were recently released, and with a lot of the results, it showed no difference with the players. Like, there's just absolutely no difference, and in many cases it really just pointed to that some of these players were actually more injury prone. The thing is, I don't think I really need to say anything, or really anybody really needs to do some sort of in-depth analysis to realize that, like, as an athlete, to get in shape or to perform well, you have to practice. Once again, you really can't just go from 0 to 100, even if you're a top athlete most of the times, because if you've been sitting out for this long, doing absolutely nothing or having minimal practices, and then you try to go back into the game or hop back into the game, then naturally you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna be out of the zone because you're not gonna be in the rhythm because you haven't practiced or moved at game pace. Then this leads to another problem, is that you're gonna have a problem with the fans, because the main reason they tune into games is to see that star player or that star matchup go against each other, or the star player perform and do some crazy stuff. When you don't have that, you're naturally just going to lose a lot of viewers, because that's what a lot of people are interested in. And I thought of a great solution to fix this load management problem. Players will not be able to compete in the playoffs. No, let me explain, because that kind of sounds like a little bit wild, but it'll make sense. I thought of this because there's a similar rule that's been added for certain awards like this Defensive Player of the Year and MVP, where the player, I'm pretty sure they got to compete in at least 60 regular season games. Now, a lot of you see where I'm going with this. Those players got to compete in a certain amount of regular season games to be eligible. Just so like nothing's exploited, or there's not a loophole in the system where, they sub in for like 1 minute and then like they go back to what they're doing. Make them, or have a requirement where they must play a certain amount of minutes in the game. Or like you have to play a certain amount of minutes in the quarters, so that they're just not like doing whatever that was, what I just explained. And if they aren't able to meet these requirements of the minutes in the game and also the regular season stuff, then overall they're not going to be able to compete for like maybe like the first playoff game or first 2 playoff games or a certain amount, or they're just outright not going to be able to compete in playoffs altogether. This definitely is going to work. Like, I don't really got to say much on this, but like, that's literally what builds your legacy. That's one of the main things that you're competing for, if not the main thing you're competing for when you're playing in the NBA. You're putting in all those hard hours. You're working in the summertime, wintertime, spring, and fall to literally have a chance to get into the playoffs and compete and make it as far as possible, if not win the NBA championship. So if you're taking that away, then what's going to happen? They're going to fight. They're going to fight for it. This is what's going to happen. It doesn't even have to be exactly the way I said it. Long as it's a variation, I guarantee you that viewership will go back up. For the final reason, it's because people, they can't watch games. Now, to a certain degree, this has kind of always been a problem, but even then, with cable and like certain packages you could get, you could still get around it. Now it's gotten to a point where there's way too many barriers and walls in place because too many games are fragmented between different companies and different subscription services, so it makes it incredibly hard if you want to watch a certain game on a certain night. Most people are not willing to spend that amount of money or don't have that amount of money to spend on different subscription services just for NBA games alone. And the best example of this is gonna be the NBA League Pass. Before this video, I really didn't have too much knowledge on the NBA League Pass because I don't own the subscription at all. And really, what I heard from a lot of people is that it's really not too good. And after my research, I really didn't think it was gonna be this bad, honestly. Now, the first start off, you can't watch nationally televised games. Yeah, the most interesting games that you're probably going to see that everybody most likely wants to tune into, you can't watch because if you want to watch something like the Lakers v Nuggets, yeah, it's too bad. You can't watch it. And the second thing is gonna be blackouts. Blackout just means that like you can't watch like local teams around your area on NBA League Pass. Because let's just say you stay in Chicago, can't watch the Bulls. Let's just say you stay in Miami, you can't watch the Miami Heat. You may not even be able to watch the Orlando Magic. Like that's absurd to me. And next is gonna be the fact that you can't watch the playoffs. And to me, this makes like absolutely no sense because this is when most people are watching. Like even people that probably don't even watch the sport, they're watching it. Like I don't understand. And the thing is, I haven't even talked about the price yet. Because if you want to buy this for about a year or so, I'm pretty sure it is, you're gonna have to pay $200 to watch all the teams. Like I don't really have any words otherwise from don't buy the NBA League Pass. Like that's really all I can say about that. And they probably would want to figure out this pretty soon because there's a lot of people. I mean, it's probably in the millions at this point of people that are just they're using certain streaming sites just to stream these games. And it doesn't help that their face of the league was also using one of these streaming sites to watch a game. That alone should speak volumes to how bad the situation is. And the only way I feel like there's a solution to this overall is just by doing this. Then the next step will be to add national, local, and playoff games to NBA League Pass. Then the final step is going to be all the different editions of NBA League Pass, slice them in half, like just do 50%, and then like people, they'll probably buy from there. And realistically, I feel like a base starting point, if you want to just only make one subscription instead of all these different ones, if you want to go that route, it's just making like $70 or $60 for the whole entire year. And overall, this one I feel like is going to take a lot longer, just because of the the contract aspect and how long that's going to take, and just all just the small stuff around it. So yeah, I still think it's a viable option. It would take a while. Now, just to clear up the section from the load management part of the video, I'm not saying that they don't work hard or they're not practicing or they're not doing anything like that. I'm just saying that they need to play in more games just so they can get up to game pace, game speed, and so I don't get injured as much. Bro, I don't know how long this has been, but it's finally the end of the video. Now, for anybody that's watching the video, like you literally have seen the beginning of the video. At the beginning of the video, that was literally me in January. Like this video was not supposed to take that long because ideally this was supposed to be done by the end of January. That's not what happened. And then the next video was going to be out around Valentine's Day. That's even why the thumbnail going into February, it was like kind of like this pink type thing because I'm like, I'm going to match the vibe and everything. But everything didn't go to plan because like I've just been busy. And hopefully this releases in the same day because I got to edit all this because like I'm getting a decent amount of this out the way at this point. But yeah, no, like I didn't expect all of this to hit at once because like I'm trying to really cram everything all in at once. I got school, I got a job, I do track, and like everything else in between. Like low key, it's kind of just it's just taking so much time, and I didn't expect for it to like this whole entire video to go on the back burner for this long. But overall, with the next video, if you've made it this far into the video, you know what I mean? Like the video, it's kind of gonna be a little different. I'm not gonna do sports. Like I'm still gonna have sports stuff on my channel, but I'm kind of gonna like get back into like the stuff I was doing like 8 months ago, or like the original video I did, like something similar to that. You know what I mean? Because as I said, it was something dealing with Valentine's Day that I originally wanted to do, but I was unable to do. So now I'm kind of just like I'm getting around to it now. Then with that next video, I'm probably gonna include some prom stuff inside there, maybe, or I might make that like a completely different video as a whole because like I'm also getting ready for prom. Like it's gonna be like this weekend for me, so it's like I'm really trying to get all of that stuff through, and it's like I really just need stuff to upload at this point. Just overall, I'm just happy that I get to move on to the next video because I've kind of just been waiting for this for a little bit. Now that I got a little bit more time that I can work with, and as you can see, like this definitely has taken a long time. It's green in the background, all the plants have grown, and like we originally started off with snow. Like that's just absolutely crazy how fast time passes by. But yeah, overall, just thank you for watching the video. Like subscribe, like, because I got some more stuff on the way that's coming relatively pretty soon by May this time. So yeah, like that's really all I gotta say, and I'm out.